What is up, guys? So today we are in the garage. I'm working on this Firebird and trying to get the engine and everything pulled out so that I can put it in my dad's Firebird after I get the floor pans fixed. Today we have to drain the coolant and drain the oil, and then I'm going to be pulling the engine. I've already got a few things done, like the valve covers and the intakes off, the rocker arms are off of one side, so I'm not going to draw this out too long, so we'll go ahead and get to it. Bear with me, my tripod broke and I haven't went and bought a new one yet, so the angles might be a little weird, but we're going to get it done. All that I got left to disconnect from the engine to get the engine out of the car is these two fuel lines right there and starter wires right there. And then we can start working on the pulling the engine. I have an engine hoist. My chain that I'll be using to pull the engine is a little sketch. There's one link that has a crack in it, but it lifted up 3 engines with that crack in it, including this small block, so we might be good. Otherwise this video might never get uploaded. And ignore my hair. I did not do shit with it when I woke up. So yeah, we're gonna get to pull the engine. Just like that, the engine is out. Not without its issues. I have to go take a Tylenol because I have a headache, but we will be back in just a minute and start pulling the transmission off of the engine. Focus, camera, focus. Alright, let's start pulling the transmission off of the engine so I can get the engine on the engine stand. And we can start tearing down the engine. Alright guys, so the engine is out, the transmission is off, flywheel and clutch are off, but unfortunately I do not have the fucking bolts to put the engine on the engine stand, and it's getting dark, so, well, I wouldn't care that it's getting dark. I think the hardware store closes at like 5 or 6, so yeah, I got the stuff to put the engine on the engine stand, the bolts. So that's what I'm going to be doing now, and then I'll go through and start taking it apart. I got to take the rocker arms off the driver's side of the head, and then I'm going to pull the heads off. I'm probably not going to be using those heads again. My face is dark. Probably not going to be using the 305 heads again, because I have the opportunity to pick up a set of 492 heads, which are a lot better. They're still an OEM cast head, but they're a lot better than the 305 heads. I think the 305s come with like a 172 intake valve and a 150 exhaust valve, whereas the 492s come with a 202 intake valve and a 160 exhaust valve, and they flow a lot better, so that's good. If I could find a set of Vortec heads and I had a Vortec intake still, I would use that, but we're working with what we got here. I'm going to eventually get a set of aluminum heads anyway, so I'm not sweating it. The 492s will do fine, and they'll be a lot better for my cam, so let's get to it. Alright, so here's the engine. Flywheel and clutch are right there. I'm probably going to have this flywheel resurfaced. I don't see any cracks, but there are a lot of heat marks, and same with the pressure plate, so I'm probably going to replace the clutch. For the most part, there was no major leaks, like the rear main seal held up, but the oil pan gaskets on these are crap, unless you get the single piece gaskets, and the intake gaskets, you can still see part of one right there. The multi-piece intake gaskets are crap, so I mean, they all leak. I honestly don't think there's anything you can do to keep the multi-piece ones from leaking. So yeah, we're gonna get the engine on the stand over there, which means I need to pull it out. I need to move this over, and then the bird. Now the engine and transmission are out. The bird will be getting, I gotta remove the drive shaft and the exhaust, which I don't know if you can see it under there or not. Yeah, you can. Barely, but you can see it. The drive shaft and the exhaust are still under there. I gotta take those out so that I can roll it around without dragging them everywhere. But yeah, those will come out. Then the black Firebird will go right over here, so I can move the blue Firebird up and back and forth as I need to. And then this is right here, and this little plot right here, that's where the black Firebird will be disassembled and ready to get ready to scrap. So and then everything will go inside the garage as I need it to. So we're gonna get to it. First things first, I need to put that piece from the engine stand on the back of the engine and move the engine stand over in front of the car so that I can put it on there. Alright guys, so the engine is on the engine stand and I'm ready to start taking the rocker arms off and pulling the heads. I need to pull the water pump off, which I need to do that anyways because I broke a stud off right here. I broke a bolt off, So I'll take the water pump off. I'll probably have to, imagine there's still coolant in it, so I'll probably have to put the drip pan, the coolant drip pan over under it, which is no big deal. But I need to take this off anyways to get this out without disassembling it completely. So yeah, we're gonna pull this off, then we'll pull the rocker arms off this head, and then pull the heads off. Alright, so I didn't record me loosening this one, so I will record me loosening this one. Oh, I forgot to hit the record button, so. Alright, the heads are off, and now we can actually get a pretty decent look into what was going on with my engine. You see it was running really rich. I mean, this engine has less than 1,000 miles on it, and that's a decent amount of carbon buildup for an engine with less than 1,000 miles. As you can see, I used the copper coating on the gasket. You can smell the unburnt fuel. So these will be getting cleaned off, these pistons. They are a flat top with a 4-valve relief. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and bore it 30 over now and order new pistons, or if I'm just going to leave it at 350 for now. The main thing I'm worried, like the most restrictive part of this engine that I built, the most restrictive part of this engine when I built it the first time was the heads that I used. The factory heads for this engine was a 2-bolt main 350 out of a 79 C10 pickup truck. The heads that came on the engine were 74cc wash tub heads, which are low compression, not good for power at all. The heads that I used on the engine are small valve 305 heads with a 58cc chamber. So I bumped the compression up a bit, but I sacrificed valve size, which isn't always a bad thing, but those heads don't flow. Like even fully ported, polished, machined, everything, they don't flow. So I have the opportunity to buy a set of 492 heads for this, which I'm thinking about. I'm not set on it yet. My buddy's got a set of Fuelie heads, which I'm avoiding because the Fuelie heads don't like unleaded fuel. It will eat the valve seats up in no time, and I don't feel like taking the heads back off and having them sent to machine shop for new valve seats. So yeah, those are my two options at the moment. I would like a set of Vortec heads, but I don't feel like buying the intake manifold right now. Like, I'm trying to do this as cheaply as possible. The main thing I'm worried about right now is getting the engine in, getting my dad's car to where it's can be drivable with an engine in it, and then getting the engine and transmission in it and driving it. I'm not gonna do anything super extravagant with it, but just make a fun car that I can drive. If I, it's not gonna be easy on gas, but then again, nothing fun ever is. So, yeah. So now I need to flip this block, which is gonna be fun. I gotta take all my head bolts out, which I'll put those in the top of my toolbox real quick. And I have to hope and pray that all of this coolant that I'm about to pour out of this block, because I know there's still a bunch in it, even though I drained it, I'm sure there's still a bunch of coolant in this block. Doesn't spill everywhere. Let me get these in the top of my toolbox. Get everything out of the top of the engine. I know there's a coolant drain on the side of that block somewhere, so I'm going to look for that before I just start dumping coolant everywhere. If you're doing this, you should have a rag. I have gloves and I always forget to use them. But yeah, if you're working on an engine, you should definitely have gloves or a rag or both, so you're not doing this and wiping them on your pants. Let's see. When I flip the block over, I'm gonna take the starter off. I didn't worry about it when I was pulling the engine because it's not a necessity when you're pulling the engine, since a starter bolts to the engine and not the transmission. Yep, right here. So, what I'll do, I'll bring this over here, set it right here under this. I'll take this drain plug out so I can drain the block and make as little of a mess as possible. I think it is a 9/16. It might be a 5/8, but nope, it's a 9/16. Cool deal. Now, there are ways to, the engineers are not stupid people. There are ways to do this without making a massive mess. You're going to make a mess, but there are ways to do it without making a huge mess. And that is it. Now I'll sit here, and when this is done draining, I'll be back and flip the block over. Now we're finally ready to spin the block. So here goes nothing. Alright, now we can take the oil pan off. I gotta wait for the harmonic balancer. I gotta find my harmonic balancer puller. And take the oil pan off, the starter off, which by the looks of it I have to take the starter off before I start taking the oil pan off. So let's get that done. I believe those are 9/16, so if that's the case, yep. Go ahead and break these off. Alright guys, we are back for day 3. My buddy is actually on the way. I don't know if he'll be driving his Camaro, but if he is, I'll get a little shot of that in the video. Today we're going to be pulling the crankshaft, and I just went and got the harmonic balancer puller. It's sitting over there. I'm going to pull the harmonic balancer off, then pull the timing chain cover off, and then pull the timing chain and everything off. And then we can pull the crankshaft and pistons out. Should be fairly simple, so we're going to go ahead and get to it, not waste any time. Alright, so there you have it. The engine is apart. I think that's going to do it for this episode. That was my buddy Jeffrey that came by. He's helping me a little bit. He just left, so. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. The engine is apart. Stay tuned for the next episode. We are going to be cleaning everything, checking over everything, trying to figure out where our kick was coming from. It clearly wasn't a bearing because the bearings were smooth. They weren't scarred up or anything. So yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, give me some ideas. I'm trying to figure out what heads I want to run. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Later.